which leads us into our next podcast. This is The Road Less Taken. I'm your co-host, Petty Rich.
It's Mole Man. What's up?
What's up? What's up? And today we're going to talk about men's mental health and sensationalism. Okay, so Mo, I'm going to let you take it from here today about what we are not.
We are not mental health professionals. We are not mental health apprentices. We are just two dudes going through life, giving you our struggles, our tales, our takeaways from everything that we continue to experience. But if you are in a really bad way and you need help, there's always going to be links, resources in our descriptions below so that you can go and seek out the professional help that you will need to help you get to a better place in your life. And if you are in a really serious spot and you feel like hurting yourself or others, please do not dial the suicide prevention hotline at 988.
I repeat again, if you feel like hurting yourself or others, please contact the National Prevention Hotline at 988. Cannot stress that enough. So, man.
The reason why we decided sensationalism, or how we landed on this, is because within the last, we recently had a storm or whatever roll through Cali, and the newscasters would have you know how they like to do the news.
Right.
They like to gaslight the people. They like to get us all nice and pumped with fear so that we could go out there and spend our money on shit that, could come in handy. Did they end up needing it? That's a different story.
I mean,
and I'm not saying that people didn't, get affected here, because there are people that fucking felt it because, living up in the mountains and whatnot, the deserts and all that shit. Like certain areas that are more prone, but like for the most part, like, dude, like, there's just so much gaslighting going on out there, man, and it doesn't help.
It doesn't. Everything when you turn on the news, everything is on 10. Everything is hyperbole. Everything is just extra for the icing on top to keep people mentally disoriented. Because
it's true. That's how you make the most dumbest decisions, whether it be like financial or personal or professional, whatever. It's just like, why the fuck did I just do that?
Because we be in a heightened state, right?
Yeah.
And it gets us in our natural form of fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
And when you're in fight or flight, you're not really in critical thinking mode. You're more so in survival
just reactionary,
mode, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there are people who are quick on their feet. There are exceptions to the rules for people who can actively thrive in that kind of situation. But
they're not the rule.
Right.
They're just the outliers.
The outliers. But the average person is going to not have that much kind of leeway or grace to be able to process that in that constant state of mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people require to be more present and have a little more time to process things and to make more critical and sound moves. But when you're constantly bombarded with the doom of tomorrow and the mistakes of the past, you know what I'm saying, and the tragedies of today, it's like, where do you set your line?
Yeah.
When do you set your own narrative for your own life despite what's going on around you? Mm-hmm. Because as we should know throughout history, life is going to happen whether we live it or not.
Time waits for no man.
Right. So when do you start, when do you get to a point where it's like, this is going to happen whether I do something or not, and choose to do something for yourself in spite of that, in spite of the powers that be, in spite of the ideas that try to infiltrate our minds, despite all the things that try to demoralize and ephemize us? Why not bet on yourself? Mm-hmm. Like, even if you don't trust yourself, for the very least you exist. Simulation or not, this is your existence.
Yeah.
Why not make the most of your existence, right? Regardless of how it's shaped out to be, regardless of what form it takes. Why not take a chance on your existence at the very least, as a man, as somebody who can make something happen with your own two hands or your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to use what's inside of you, bro. It goes beyond these. It goes beyond everything that they try to tell you. You got to use your own very existence to make something matter to you. Mm-hmm. Not to us, not to anybody, because at the end of the day, You don't get to die with you don't die with the expectations of the world. You die with what you kept inside your existence.
Yeah.
What mattered to you, what was important to you, what flashes before your eyes. When you die, you don't see what Michael Jackson did before he died, nigga. You gonna see what you did.
Right.
You
Be
know
weird
what I
if you did see what he saw.
Right, that's on some other shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying, like rich people don't die with their wealth. We don't die with other people's experiences. We die with our own. You know what I'm saying? We die with our own existence, with the things that we found to be important. So, it goes beyond just a matter of what they say, because sensationalism tries to really take you out of that. They really try to get you involved in the world rather than in your own self. You know?
And it's not by accident. They know.
Well, know what?
They know that, like you say, if you're in a heightened state, that you're more easily.
Controllable.
Yes.
I agree. It's definitely it's a form of hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How they, you ever seen those shows where they kind of put those earmuffs and they bombard them with a bunch of shit and all the images.
Yeah.
That is an extreme method of sensationalism, where they're just being bombarded with events and things and images and stuff like that to just sensationalize and overwhelm the brain, taking in all this information at once until it just cracks, where then they can stitch it up in the way they want it.
Yeah.
It's the same way, just on a lower dose. Just constantly news, people dying, mass shootings, wars and rumors of wars, all manifesto here, fast shaming there. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Ah!
All over the place, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It adds up.
It's the toad in the water.
Oh, slowly increasing
the heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the agenda's not this one big bang, bro. It's a slow simmer of the mind. And I don't talk about no one government.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about society in general. When you allow society to dictate your nature and your existence.
Because this shit's been going on all throughout history, not just now.
Right, but go ahead.
It's manifested in many different forms. Is all I'm saying.
How so?
Well, you know how people weren't able to read back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a perfect example, because if you know how to read, you can spread whatever message you want. You could influence people however you want, because it's like, this person, he knows how to interpret this literature that none of us can. So, back then it was literature, now it's TV, radio, what have you. Yeah. Print's dying. It's I wouldn't want to say it's dying, but like, it's not what it used to be, or it's
radio's always gonna have its place.
Right.
Because radio operates different from all the technology we have, and it's radio ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. I've been having that debate in my head, because it's just with the advent of podcasting and just different ways of getting shows out there. It's just like, I always thought, radio's on its last breath, but I was like, no, it's still here. So
radio is always going to be a foundation of communication. You know what I'm saying? Because if all else fails, radio is still one of the simpler ways of getting things across.
True.
So as long as people can maintain a common knowledge of radio, the basis of communication will always stem from there. So if we were to ever to regress, we could always go back to what we know best, which is radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it requires less technology than, say, this video, right?
Or the internet that needs to transmit.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we can't. Radio ain't going nowhere. Like radio channels might be going somewhere, but radio itself, like, now I don't even think radio channels. Well, cause like hip hop kind of dying low key.
You don't think it's been progressing or like evolving, or?
They ain't have the number one this year, I don't think.
What's up?
I don't think a hip hop track or albums had a number one this year.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what, you think it's country then?
Yeah. I think it's just gonna be some combination of all the combination of shit we got already. Because I think hip hop is not gonna like, I don't think it's dead in the sense that it's gonna go away like disco, but it's definitely about to take a back seat.
Mm.
You
To what? Just like you said, just some weird amalgam of everything
know.
we've
Yeah.
heard before.
Well, because at this point right now, every basis of music stems from black people. And I feel like there's enough music where you really don't need black people no more. You can just mix it all together and make your own stuff now. So we can just expect just something completely different from stemming from what's been laid bare. You know, because that's been a plan in my opinion. You know, but I might be wrong. I don't know what the future for music is. I just know that hip hop is definitely coming off its peak.
Mm.
It's not hitting like it used to. At least for me.
You don't feel that that's a bit sensationalistic?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Like I feel like hip hop is not. Well, you know, hip hop dying. Yes, hyperbole. Hip hop no longer being at the peak. Yeah, I don't think that's hyperbole.
Everyone's going bored. It's like, okay, yeah, we've seen this. We know what it is.
You know, and then hip hop is getting a bad connotation right now.
It's always gone one though.
Not really. Not like this.
Mm.
Hip hop used to have its levels to it, right? Because it was still some fucked up shit in the gangster rap, but then you still had like a KRS-One. Then you had Most Def. You had MF Doom.
Right.
You
Quality.
you know what I'm saying? It was some LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? Like De La Soul.
Roots. Tribe Called Quest.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was solid, but Most Def.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, shit. Even of course, the Woo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what a lot of people don't understand is like, NWA was a parody group. They wasn't like the only motherfucker that was real like was Easy.
Mm.
Everybody else was cosplaying, bro. It was a parody. It was a parody that the industry was like, you know what?
We could capitalize off
Right?
this.
They went. It's wrestling.
It's kayfabe, whatever.
Like think about how wrestlers back in the day when Vince McMahon he used to make them stay in character. Even
post interview, whatever, yeah, with Mean Gene or whatever,
bro.
yeah.
Same shit. Like they had to be gangster and all that shit everywhere they went, right? They couldn't be the real selves. They were parodies, bro. They were not. That was not their real shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's all we seeing right now. All these gangsters and shit. It's just a bunch of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I hate you, brother. Oh, on this block, brother. You know what I'm saying? And then they take it serious, bro. These young niggas are serious about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
For no, cause like, and it's not that they don't. The problem is they made this wrestling show they exist in, so it is real to them. On this block, brother, I gotta show you hard. On my block, I'ma shoot him from the top, and I'm rock in the middle. Nah, bro, we can't be doing all that. It's too much. It's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it's just too much. It's too much propaganda behind and sensationalism behind hip hop.
Right.
There's too many extremes in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. If you're not, like, if we like, it ain't just sex anymore, right? Like, cause they think it's just sex, drugs, and this. That's not just that. It's cheating, side niggas, side bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Just a whole foul way of living.
Just a foul, toxic way of living, bro. Like,
right.
It ain't even about getting bitches. It's about getting another.
It's like glorifying being a lesser human or something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, bro. Like, real weird. Like, oh, you just ain't this and this, that. And niggas just comfortable with sharing motherfuckers. And it's just like, that shit is just, what? It's too much, bro. Like, it's warping people's heads to have this lifestyle that's just far, far gone. This ain't even Jay-Z. This ain't even all that shit. It's some other shit.
Like,
yeah, the surface is sex, money, and drugs, but if you really look, it's just debauchery.
Yeah.
You know, they celebrating murder. They like on the homies, and the enemy's sisters and mothers and brothers and cousins, and others, and it's wow, like bro, like I'm a demon, nigga, like bro, like I've been hearing that shit a lot, nigga. I'm a demon, like nigga, what, bro? These young niggas call themselves demons, bro. Like rap is out of hand right now. Like the best example of when I realized rap got really out of hand was Astro World, bro.
Oh,
Hip hop got out of hand, bro. I was like, yo, hip hop officially have gotten out of hand after Astro World, bro. Like, kids died, nigga. Like, you know, but that goes back to one of my bigger issues with the gaming industry. Well, with the hip hop. Well, with the not the hip hop industry, but just like the
entertainment,
the entertainment / music industry. Incorporating themselves into kids' spaces. You know what I'm saying?
because like you're exposing them to like different shit that they're not
Well,
above their pay grade, so to
right.
speak.
And guess who was on Fortnite?
Kids.
No.
Oh, what's his face?
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
And who plays that game?
Kids.
Kids, right? So they don't know this other side, this rage side of Travis Scott and all the wild shit. They probably never even seen that. They just saw Travis Scott on the game. You were able to unlock his skin, do his dances and stuff. So they're like, I want to see Travis Scott. He's so cool from the game. And then they go to this shit, this nigga, and lost their lives, bro. Like, why are these kids being exposed to these type of people? Lil Nas X, another nigga, right? He was on Twitter, bro, talking about how parents need to control what their kids watch, and I fucking agree. I 100% agree, Lil Nas X. Up until you guest starred on Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying?
More cognitive dissonance on
right?
Or okay, would you
like? Wait, before you ask,
right?
Who up on Sesame? Some nigga like that gonna pop up on your Sesame Street, right? So you would trust that your kid was in the good hands when you talking about Sesame Street, because you remember Sesame Street with Bob Ross, fucking Mr. Rogers, all that good shit, right? And then all of a sudden, what if Merlin Manson on us, bro? Cause you imagine our parents, bro, Merlin Manson go hop on, that would be wild, right? But then Lil Nas X is like, oh, but you control your shit, and he gonna show up on a kids network.
I think that was, now that you're talking about it, I think that was like his management fucking with him. It was like, oh, you want to say this? All right, let's book him for Sesame Street.
Nah, he was saying that shit after he did that shit.
Oh, no?
That's the fuck I'm saying, cognitive dissonance.
That's what I was going to take it back to.
Bro,
back on display.
How you going to put yourself in kids' faces and expect kids not to want to pursue more of your material if they find a fondness to you and you out here doing a bunch of debauchery and shit? Talking about control your kids, nigga. No, control your marketing. Keep your marketing in your pants, sir. And it's not just to him. Ariana Grande.
Right.
Another one who was on Fortnite. The fuck you doing on Fortnite talking about Pete Davidson's dick is great? Like, these kids don't need to know nothing about you until they old enough and you want to be on Fortnite.
I didn't know that she had talked about that shit.
That's why all these girls be on his dick.
Wow.
Because Ariana Grande put it out there and talking about he got a big dick and shit. You know, but then, you know, I ain't gonna, we not no gossip shit. But I'm just saying, this is the type of people that are in kids' spaces, bro. Yeah. For what? For what? And you talking about control, where you control your kids' content. You in kids' content. You're invading kids' spaces, bro. Nobody asked you to be on Fortnite but you.
Right.
A lot of these guest stars on Fortnite, they be asking Epic to be on there. It's not the other way around. Yeah.
Because they don't need them. Epic, that game's that big.
Yeah. So it's like, bro, come on, bro. Don't be throwing rocks and hiding your hand. Get out the playground.
Right.
And play fair. So that's my problem with the industry as a whole. Industry likes to invade spaces and then play like they not doing anything wrong. Like, oh, don't remember the time that I was on all these kid programs or all the kids were doing my TikTok months before I put out my music video. You know, Call Me By My Name. when he was dancing with the devil. That the TikTok came out like maybe a week or two, maybe a month before the music video dropped. And who's on TikTok?
Kids.
Fuck out my face, bro. Fuck out my face, bro. Sensationalism, you know what I'm saying? Sensationalism, right?
Yeah.
Getting kids stoked up for shit they don't even fully understand. Getting their mind worked up. They don't give a fuck about what's going on. They just want to be trendy. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure everybody knowing that they did this shit first, not knowing this music video on some other shit. Because it ain't came out, and then they drop a shoe with human blood in it.
I remember that. Yeah.
Bro, come on now, bro. I'm on his ass, boy. I'm on his ass, boy. Like, it ain't pause, boy. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just straight up though. Like it has nothing to do with what his orientations is. It's about his disingenuous character towards the kids, and that goes for him.
Well, the industry again as a whole,
and that goes for Travis Scott. Nah, fuck the industry, because you got personal responsibility when you have people following you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we can blame the government, right? Like, we can go back to the government with the convenience versus privacy. We choose convenience.
Right.
We can't keep blaming these systems when we got the choices as individuals, bro. We gotta be responsible for our own personal decisions, man. That's why we doing this. Like, because at the end of the day, man, like, Travis Scott could have been like, nah, I'm not gonna put myself on Fortnite because my music isn't.
It's not geared
towards this age group. You know what I'm saying? Right. I got some shit on my shit that I don't want them. So, maybe a 2K game, cool. A Madden game, I can rock with that. It makes sense. But a Fortnite?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Sesame Street is just self-explanatory, bro.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that shit ain't cool. Like, and hypocritical. Mm-hmm. Like, and TikTok, right?
Right.
And then Ariana Grande. I'm not, bro, I'm not gonna pretend that the industry, and there's probably way more than those. It's just those are the three most recent ones I can attest for. Mm-hmm. I'm not throwing those three specifically under the bus. They're the three most recent. Mm-hmm. Travis Scott, that nigga. Not all of them, like, bruh. Sensation, that's that. I didn't appreciate that.
Right.
I remember when that happened. I saw all the TikToks. I saw all the videos. Mm-hmm. The court of law spoke his piece, so I'm going to hold my piece on it. Mm-hmm. It's just we as parents need to be more vigilant on the things that our kids consume when it comes to the things that these kind of people are allowed to be a participant of. Right?
Yeah.
We can't just be we can't be as trusting as we used to back in the day to think that these programs have our best interests in mind.
Just like people are doing that with the food that they eat now,
right.
Being more conscious, they should do the same with right. How you consume what you choose. It's the same, like, not to sidetrack, but I've done the same with like anime that I choose to watch. Like, I used to consume just willingly, like, whatever was out that season, I'd watch it regardless.
Absolutely.
But now it's just like, it's not even just the lack of time that I have. It's also just like, wait, I'm a lot more critical of what the fuck I'm watching, and It's just like, if this ain't resonating with me, cool. It could be for someone that does, but like, I'm not gonna fuck with it.
I'm so with you on that with the coming to mangas and animes, bro. Because there's been a lot of, bro. So fuck me, like Korean mangas, bro.
I haven't even like touched that spectrum
of that's a whole different other part of other shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't crazy. It's just they all about revenge, nigga. Like, you read enough of their it's like
you're bound to become a vengeful person.
Bro, it's like, god damn.
I need to be vindicated, damn it.
Vindicated, bro. I've read some shit where motherfuckers kill a whole apartment, let them freeze it, bro. Just don't fuck, bro. They it's some vengeful shit. Like, they got loved ones. Like, my homegirl's like, what do you be reading? I be reading some shit that be, I don't be knowing all the names and shit, but like, I would say my favorite one right now is Tales of Demons and Gods.
Why that?
it go hard, bro. Like, go cat, bro. That shit go fucking hard, bro.
Yeah.
That shit go. I don't even think it's Korean. I think it's Chinese, little ball. But it go hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So he a cultivator from 100 years in the future.
Okay.
He get killed by this motherfucker called the Jade Emperor, right?
Right.
But he got this shit called the Temporal Demon Scroll, like, technique that activates and sends him back 100 years to his time in the academy, right?
Okay.
Where he got all this memory, so he trying to build up his shit to take on the Jade Emperor again, and it go motherfucking hard, bro. It's a long ass story right now, cause I've been reading this shit. Man, I ain't gonna cap. I think I've been reading this shit since like Naruto when Madara came into the scene.
Jesus.
So I was in the Navy when Madara came into the scene. Madara.
Decade plus.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Because it's like at chapter 5, 4 something. It's been a while. It like One Piece, I'm on and off. Like I love, but like back to your point.
Yeah.
Like
What you choose to consume, how you choose.
too many demon lords, too many demon kings, too many I ate a demon part, too many I got a demon waifu, too many I turned into a half demon, half human, too many I'm a whole demon from a demon tribe, even though I lived as a human. Too many I'm the son of a demon lord, but I was raised as a baby at an earth, and now my bloodline is activated, and now I gotta use my half demon blood to save the earth. Like, bro, we get it. You're devil worshippers, bro. Like, can we move on?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so much demon this, demon lord that, Satan this, half demon that, I ate a demon something, I fucked a demon something, demon, bro.
Right.
God damn. Like, can we go back to Gundams?
Right?
Like, can we go back to, like, Outlaw Star? Like,
By the way, Gundam Witch from Mercury was a fucking dope. You gotta check that out.
yeah, I'm just...
You too.
You know, I'm just... You know, like, it's like, how many demons can a demon when the demon go demoning?
When you're oversaturating the world with demons, they tend to
Right.
lose their... Which, yeah, you don't want powerful demons. But yeah, that shit's played out.
It's... and that's why I've been kind of just... I've been moving... Like, the Korean side has been whatever, because they on the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Demons on the demons with the demons. Don't forget the demons. Like, goddamn.
Right.
You know, so... I've been limited, to say the least, because it's like you don't want to watch shit with demons. You're gonna have a hard time reading anime right now, bro.
Well, everything's an isekai, so I actually one that I kind of have been enjoying is like
got a demon tribe?
No,
You ain't got a demon lord?
no. Oh well, actually,
You ain't got a demon king?
I think they just got introduced, but the main character, he dies and he gets reincarnated as a vending machine. That's what initially caught my attention to this show.
But there's no demon lord.
Eventually, there is going to be a demon lord, but for now, it's just the dude as a vending machine.
Again, watch. It's gonna all of a sudden. Why, bro? I'm telling you, bro. You keep saying that. Goblin Hunter was nothing but goblins, right?
Yeah.
Then they get to the War Hobgoblin. The big nigga.
Right.
The one that they killed with the ocean spell when he carried the bottom of the ocean. Bro, that nigga was like, the demon lord. I'm like, bro, I thought this was about goblins. Why are we talking about the demon lord all of a sudden? We all do the goblins. Nigga, I was here for the goblins. Nigga, like, I'm so tired of that shit, bro. So tired of that shit. I'm like, y'all keep the demon lord to yourselves, please. Like... Just keep that...
Keep the demon in your pants.
Right, damn. Leave it as a state of fucking mind. God damn. How many demon lords, bro? How many demon lords, bro? I'm so tired of demon lords, bro. I'm not even going to stop it, bro. I don't know how we got here, but that shit gets too much as a weed.
Yeah.
Reading this shit
Yeah.
all my life. It's like, damn. That's why One Piece still got me, bro.
No demon lords.
No demon lords.
All right, right on.
No demon lords.
It's just pirates.
Pirates doing a pirate thing, trying to liberate us from the fucked up things, bro.
Yeah.
From the celestial dragons, bro. So it's like, what? There's 2 more islands that are still a mystery, in my opinion. There's Laugh Island, and then there's the island of the celestial dragons. I think that we're gonna go to the one of the celestial dragons because that one's been getting more mention. But it might be like Laugh Island, because that's where allegedly the secret of One Piece is.
Oh, okay.
Laugh Island. But we'll see, bro. Like, see, I'm over here. That shit go hard. See, all this other shit. Asta, fuse with me, demon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else? The Demon Slayer is in its name.
Right.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Right.
I'm gonna eat a demon and become this. It's just like, all right, bro. For sure, you out here demoning it out, like demoning it out, bro. Just My Hero go hard.
I haven't checked in with the latest season yet.
Yeah, he like his self-proclaimed demon lord go harder because it's not necessarily like on a demon lord level. It's just on some other shit where you could. It's like that's different. Like that nigga's demon, but it's like nah, he earned that shit. Nah, but these niggas just want to be demon lords, and demon kings, and demon this, and demon that, and demon left, and demon right, and demon up, and demon down. Like nigga, shut the fuck up.
See, even the dog agrees. But anyway, we gotta go back to
Sensationalism.
Yeah.
But that all goes into sensationalism too, because it's just like, from what you read, you know what I'm saying, how things are getting hyperbole in everything you read. It may not be the same, but it all holds these same tropes, right? As if they're trying to put things in your mind.
Programming
you. Know
you.
what I'm saying? Like, trying to tell a cohesive story through other different stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like One Piece to a whole. This girl. So my thing is that we need to be more vigilant as men on what we consume for our minds. Because if we don't, these are the very things that attack us and keep us from being able to make sound decisions in the life that we make, on top of everything that we've talked about.
Right. Well, to bring it, I don't want to say full circle, but to keep the theme going, I was listening. So one of the rap albums I've been keeping on constant rotation is a Victory Lap from Nipsey Hussle, and there's a line in there about how he sitting with myself, my thoughts. Not like that. He didn't spit like that, but that's essentially like the message it was trying to convey. And what I found myself doing in these last weeks, because I used to come home after work and I still come home after work, I make my meal, unwinding and whatever, but I used to unwind with either music or I'd have some YouTube videos in the background playing, but what I got more in the habit of doing is just unwinding and making my meals with nothing in the background, just in complete silence. And what I noticed that it did for me personally was that, like, I would think about all the shit that I've experienced in that up to that point in the day.
Right.
I would process it as I'm making my meal. I'd be done with my meal, blah, 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 what have you. I go on with the rest of the day. I either, like, do some reading or watch a couple anime episodes here or there. But after I started doing that, I started noticing is that I would have less trouble going to sleep because there wouldn't be all that shit that I would have normally, finally caught up or release or meet up with when you're finally going to sleep.
Yeah, you have a clearer mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of that stuff you kind of egressed out of you. But, like, you also, now, not to trivialize what you just said, but you're also downplaying the other things that you had to do to get to that point, right?
And, yeah.
Like, my thing is that you have to come to terms with a lot of things in your life to be able to come to terms with the thoughts in your heads, because a lot of these things hold in your mind and in your heart like anchors, right? And the thing is the problem with sensationalism, right? They're just constant triggers to the things that you haven't really let go of.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's true. It's like, I don't think I'd be able to reach this point like 10 years ago because I was still like, I wasn't dealing with the shit that, I had grown up with, like that I was running away from. So you do have to, confront that shit one way or another. Like, you can't keep running from and letting like these like outside influences like keep on triggering you, because like that's how how you keep your cycle going.
Right. And then and I don't want to like,
each person's like trauma is completely like it's a case by case basis. Like some people's are
Absolutely.
like so much more bigger than others that like I can't be one to be like you must confront it. Like no, like I mean,
I will play devil's advocate and say what you do.
yeah,
Because no matter how dark, no matter how bright, it's incumbent of every man to make a choice.
right,
No matter how out of frame it may seem to me or you, we all are liable for the choices we make in this world as men. Now, children is one thing, but as men, we gotta account for the choices we make in this life. You know what I'm saying? And move forward on them.
mm-hmm.
Whether they put you in a disadvantaged place or not, account for it. Be enlightened by the choices you make, because the choices you make now defines your next choice you're to make later. Every choice is defined
It's
by
a
your
domino
last
effect,
choice,
yeah.
right? So you can't blame anybody. You can only apply what you've learned to the next choice you make,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like, let's say something happens to me that gets me locked up somewhere. I can blame anybody I want, but it doesn't change that I'm locked up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Whatever choices I made led me here, whether they were righteous or otherwise,
yeah.
right? So we have to account for the choices we make in this world, or we're bound to be controlled by the triggers that bind us. If we're not going to be honest to anybody, we got to be honest to ourselves, or we're going to continually be slaves to the things that we hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Because holding on to the past doesn't do anything for our present. You know what I'm saying? And having uncertainty about our future does nothing to shape our present. You know what I'm saying? Our present is what gives us time to learn from our past and to shape our future.
It's true.
That's all, what I'm saying? Just because we live in a time now where sensationalism and all these extremes want us to feel helpless and, think and give us and give grace to things that are
Temporary.
right, and morally conflicting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how we regard children, how we regard men, and how we regard women. Because my thing is that I'm about to touch some touchy stuff. Like, I don't agree with the transgender mixed martial arts or it's mixed sports.
Mm.
You know, I don't think it's fair.
Right.
I think that sensationalism has caused a dynamic that shouldn't be there.
Because a discussion can't be had.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And even when a discussion is had, it still gets, again, sensationalized and no progress is made.
Right. And when I see a transgender go in the ring with a woman, bro,
Mm.
bro, like that unsettles me. You know what I'm saying? And I can say, and I'm gonna say that taking the bullet,
Mm-hmm.
because I it's not something that I should have to accept
Mm-hmm.
as a man seeing something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is where sensationalism is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's objectively wrong. You know what I'm saying? There were the women's swim team, right?
Right.
They protested and refused to compete because they didn't want to be in the same showers as a transgender woman. I believe it to be acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how much, for example, no matter how much a man right now, my age, wants to be a woman, right? And they even get the transition, that's disingenuous to a woman.
Mm.
Because what was a woman before she was a woman? A girl,
Yeah.
right? She went through from being a girl to a woman. There's
Right.
a process. You don't just become a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't just become a man. What are you before you're a man?
You're a little boy.
Right. Right? So my thing is that if we look at these things past the sensationalism of the definitions and stuff, it goes back to my thing of how young men in this world don't have, and not in this world, in this country at least, don't have a definitive rite of passage from boy to man, right? And then you have people who want to identify as something in this country that's not even readily defined.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because what makes a man in America? What makes these people want to become something that we as men don't even have a you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even on the other way, and the other way around is even more conversation,
Right.
right? Right? Because now we're encroaching something that goes against something we can't even recreate. We can't recreate. We can't artificially create life like a woman can create life.
Well, don't forget those artificial wombs are coming, man.
I'm saying I'm not even talking about
Right.
transgenders. I'm talking about just we have no technological means to recreate what a woman can do.
Right.
None. Not one. One woman, what the female species, what a woman can do, is unique to this world, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got people who, men, sometimes those young kids, which is a whole nother dynamic I'm not gonna touch, because but I'm talking about men, because I'm talking about the sensationalism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of encroachment without the trials of each respective gender, of what they have to go through as young boys to become men, or what young girls have to be women. You know what I'm saying? And then they wonder why the suicide rates are so high, because these transgender men and women are not equipped to be men and women, because they didn't go through the trial by fire, which is the boy to man or girl to woman.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go through that. There's a natural reason why you go through that, because all the experiences that you go through trained you on a nurturing level, natural level, to be what you are. You can't just be a man. You can't just, I couldn't just be. This took years. I could have died at any point.
Especially while you were in the Navy.
Right. And in the hoods.
Yeah.
Any of those times, right?
Right.
It was a process. I didn't just up and was one day, I want to be a man. Manhood was a process. You know what I'm saying? Not a transition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my issue is with sensationalism, because they don't really spread out what it is that they're actually doing to themselves and to others. Because at the end of the day, you can't just be a man. You can't just be a woman. You can't just say you're that, because it requires a full process. To be a man, you have to be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because a boy one day becomes a man, because there's processes innate in your body, things that you go through, right?
Mm.
That starts changing in you from the boy to a man, like a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking mentally too, bro, right? You know what I'm saying? Going back to sports, right? You're talking about somebody who's like, what, 20, 25, right? I decided to want to be a woman, but I've had 25 years worth of testosterone running through my body, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
You're gonna obliterate everybody in the competition.
I'm not saying personally me, because
No, I know,
I'm just
but
saying, like,
as an example,
right?
yeah.
Perfect example would be Mike Tyson doing some shit like that, bro. Bro, Mike Tyson decides he identifies as a woman, bro. Everybody getting mobbed at his age right now, bro. But it's just, no matter how much hormone suppression he was to do right now, that's still Iron Mike.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's cognitive dissonance. It's another word, bro. It's another word for all of it. It's cognitive dissonance on a matter that should be objectively scrutinized and not sensationalized. Let's talk about Tennessee. Heard about the law that was getting passed over there?
No.
They arrested chicks for paternity fraud.
So what happened? Like,
They passed the law because paternity fraud is at like 40% in Tennessee. So they passing a law that sends women to jail.
oh shit.
Yeah, so
What was it that kicked this whole thing off? That that they noticed a spike in paternity fraud.
I mean, when you do enough censuses, because like what, paternity fraud nationwide is like 33%. So 1 in 3 children are not with the father.
Right.
And the father doesn't know it's theirs. It's not theirs.
Okay.
The father doesn't know it's not theirs. So that's 1 in 3 children
Right.
in America right now, living with the father that's not their biological father, and the father's unaware of that. Right? So it was bound, and and it's 40% in Tennessee,
Right.
which means it's happening at a
Way
7%
more.
at a 7% more increase than the national standard, right?
Right.
So that means what 4 out of 10 kids
Aren't with the.
aren't with their biological fathers, and those fathers don't know they're not the biological fathers. That's wild, right?
That's a fucked up situation, man.
So Tennessee came out with the law that's gonna start putting charges on paternity fraud,
Damn.
and you know what I'm saying.
So how are the people reacting to all this? Like, what's the?
Well, Twitter's having their little rah rah, but I don't care about what the people think.
Right.
I personally think that this is a pivot in nationalism, right? Because let's take a couple steps back. What just happened? Like what, last year, or was it this year? No, it's last year when they struck down Roe v. Wade.
Right.
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 Then they started tightening on abortion laws.
Right.
And now all of a sudden these what was it? Fuck, I just lost my thought. What was it? Just
The paternity.
right, and now they doing the paternity fraud laws, bro. They obviously trying to bolster the birth rates.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they obviously trying to get people, and they obviously trying to get traditional values back in their own kind of way, legally.
Right.
These red states, which is cool because I don't mind it. I think that law is definitely.
It's more sinister than.
No, it's so necessary.
Oh, okay.
Bro, like Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
paternity fraud rate 66%.
Whoa, dude.
We need laws, bro. Like we need laws for this bullshit, bro.
Okay.
Like 33% is bad, but it's like we need with laws like this would really keep. Because it's like freedom is freedom, but it's like we all need to go. There needs to be moral compasses. There need to be guidelines. There needs to be accountability.
Mm-hmm.
People can't just be dumping loads into people and then lying about that shit.
Yeah.
Ruining men's lives, raising other niggas' kids, bro. Like, that goes against the American dream when you trying to raise your own family, but this whole time you raising another man's family, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know how would you feel you was raising somebody you thought was yours, bro? And 18 years later, you do like you find out it's not yours.
I would have done a DNA test a lot sooner than 18.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people who didn't.
Right, right, right.
There's a lot of people like who got in a car accident. Who got in car accidents and would do like blood transfusions and shit, and find out from then like the kid, it was a kid, and the father would be like, take my blood, and find out they blood not compatible because he not the father.
It's like, wait, what?
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like crazy shit. So it's they're and then the financial responsibility that a man has to a family.
That's a whole
Paternity fraud is criminal, bro. That's
Yeah.
criminal, bro. You're making a man give up his
so
heart,
much money.
right, on something that's not his, bro. That's fraud.
Yeah.
That's fraud.
Textbook fraud, if you ask
That's
me.
textbook fraud, bro. So I'm with the law in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly hope that spreads. Because honestly, this shit needs to be regulated. There needs to be laws against paternity fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like, I don't see no reason why that shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, I can do whatever I want. No, you can't.
You shouldn't.
When I gotta pay for when as a man, you gotta make sure, and that's your child. That child gotta have a roof over their head. They got vaccinations. They gotta be put in daycare. They gotta be put in school. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of women take care of this stuff, but what they don't tell you about is TANF. You know what I'm saying? Because there's child support, right? Mm-hmm. That's through the courts, right? Mm-hmm. But TANF, right? TANF is a program that when they can't find the baby father, or they don't, you know what I'm saying? Or they can't, quote unquote, find him or know who he is, they get technically like a child support from the state, right? Mm-hmm. But when they find the father, they foot the bill on his ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a child support thing, but they getting paid from the state, and then the state, when the state find the father, or if any one of them
He's
claim
like, here's your bill.
exactly. So it's not like niggas is not paying they shit, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls on TANF right now getting bread from them, and then they get the bread. And then
I had never even heard of this shit till
bro,
now.
I'm telling you, bro, it's a lot of games, bro. Like they acting like they not getting no help. There's a lot of help for single mothers out here that they not talking about. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, there's not too many options for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Except taking care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you got to do. Choosing the right person to have kids with. You know, but it's a lot of men out here who don't care. Like
Right.
there's a dude out here with 6 mothers, bro, all over Twitter.
Six baby moms?
6 baby moms.
Good lord, dude.
You know, sells weed.
That's his only social income?
Bro, so it ain't about money. It ain't even about status. It ain't about height. It ain't about weight. It's about the society's state of mind. It's broken. There's no discernment skills.
Right.
There's no critical thinking.
Yeah.
It's just all reactionary and emotionally charged. Because everything is sensationalized. Motherfuckers want the fast money, fast life, regardless of how it comes. You know what I'm saying?
Or what they have to do to sustain it or whatever.
Right, because
Yeah.
you want to know why? People are starting to see their mortality, and no one wants to die forgotten.
Mm.
That's my opinion, at least. You don't act this way unless you feel afraid that something that you're gonna be amiss, like you're not getting enough attention.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how those kids kind of act the ass in the back of the class when they don't get enough attention and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like how this dog acting right here. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens.
Right.
So we have to acknowledge and come to terms with our own personal path, because when we get too caught up in the sensationalism, that's when we start seeing mortality and we start living vicarious through the sensationalism and become this wrecking ball of uncertainty and insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's weird, bro. Like it's weird because, like, for example, on YouTube, it was this black lawyer defender lady, right? And she was she had to pick out these group of people based on the crimes, right? And they came up with domestic violence, and she chose this East Asian dude who looked black. And he was like, "Why'd you pick me?" She was like, "Oh, well, I watched a lot of TV, and the profile states that you guys blah, 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 blah."
Oh, wow.
Bro. She a whole defense attorney, bro. Meaning she done passed the bar, got her legal degree, all that shit, right?
But yeah, she's still over here.
Using TV
Yeah.
to stereotype
Yeah.
a man and profile him based on the color of his skin. Because he ain't even black. He was East Asian.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's sensationalism is affecting our society in ways that it's getting out of hand. We're starting to mix up fact with fiction. We're starting to take the art as gospel.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. We need to become a more pragmatic society. I think we've become a little bit too subjective when it comes to things that require an objective touch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Be careful out there, people. Sensationalism will get you, fuck you up.
You gotta have a personal peace of mind to be able to move on your own shit, bro. Like, cause everybody gonna try to set you off in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in a world that's constantly trying to push your buttons, constantly trying to convince you that what you have already isn't enough.
Or that you aren't enough.
Right, but when is enough enough?
Yeah, dude.
What is your set value in this world? You got to start putting value on the things that you do for yourself. Like Dave Chappelle's father told him, he said, name your price.
Or know your price.
Know your price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know your price, bro. Good one. Know your price, bro. Know your value. Know where you stand in this world. It's okay to have a set price, bro. It goes up over time, but you don't want to, you stay consistent. Gauge yourself. This is where I'm at. everything else to take you forward. But if you're willing to compromise for anything, bro, everything is gonna come your way that you don't want because you didn't stand your ground the first time. Make the best impression, your first impression, your best impression when it comes to this life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like at work. I'm not talking about with anything. I'm talking about with yourself. Keep giving yourself your first best impression. You deserve that. You deserve the scrutiny, the joy, the happiness, the praise, all of it. All of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody else take away what you can do better for yourself in a more healthy manner if you follow your own personal path. Now I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
No, I think this is a good bit to end on. But before we do, we also just want to reiterate that we are not mental health professionals, mental health apprentices. We're just two individuals going through life, talking about everything that we've experienced and keep on experiencing. But there are resources in the descriptions below where you can get yourself some help, some from professionals. And if you are in a really bad way and feel like hurting yourself, please do not hurt anyone near you, your pets, nothing. Dial 988 and get yourself the help that you need, that you deserve.
I will state again, if you feel like you want to harm yourself or others, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. I'm your co-host, Petty Rich.
This has been Mole Man.
And this has been The Road Less Taken. You guys have a great day.
Take care of yourselves.